your thoughts on the game?
Well, I think obviously we're playing a really, really good team. I mean, I have all most respect for Coach Marlin. I mean, the last 5 years they've won 112 games as a program. So, they he's going into I think year 8 or 9, and he's done a great job. They're a good program. They got obviously they're experienced. They got post players that can really score on the block. They got a 4-man that can stretch the floor and go inside out. Their guards are good. They're very, very talented. They're well coached. I mean, they're a program that I have the utmost respect for.
How do they compare to some of the teams you played already?
I think they're as good as any team that we played in a lot of ways. Obviously we played a really tough schedule. This will be another really challenging game for us, but it's one we're obviously excited about to get an opponent of this caliber at home into our arena with our fans. It's it's what you do it for. It's a great opportunity for us, but we obviously, especially as coaches, understand how good they are and how well we're going to have to play.
Coach, on the court, what challenges do they present to you?
I think personnel. They're really good at putting you on islands and taking advantage of mismatches, whether it be in the block, whether it be just in space. I think they do a really good job of that. I think defensively they're very sound. They make catches hard. They're a very physical basketball team. They're coming off obviously a tough loss, so I'm sure that Coach Marlin's got their undivided attention right now, and they'll come out ready to play. But I think just the biggest thing for me, I think, David, is that they've just won so much. They got players in their program who they're just used to winning, and and I think when you build a program like Coach Marlin's built, and you got a group of guys in there, like I said, for 5 years and won 112 games, they understand how to win. They understand what it takes to win, and so I think that's probably the biggest challenge is for us is guarding them in space and their ability to understand how to win.
Is this a kind of a measuring stick for you guys because where they are as a program and where you're trying to get to?
Well, I don't know if it's a measuring stick, so to speak, but it's a program that obviously I look at, from afar and go that that's what we want to try to become is a level of consistency that they've had in the last 5 years. I have a lot of respect for what they do, and it's obviously it's a great game for our fans. It's a great game for this community, and to get a quality opponent like that in our building, it's a great opportunity.
Oh, Coach, so I'm sure you're expecting it now that teams know that you guys really want to get the ball inside. That combined with the struggles from 3, are there any adjustments you can make to it, or is it just something you gotta hope that the shots start falling?
We've made we've tried to make some adjustments and to try to space the floor a little bit differently at times, but at the end of the day we're going to have to step up and make shots. We're going to have to limit our turnovers, and we're going to have to get shots, and we're going to have to knock down more shots. I mean, we're battling in games, and we're staying in games based on our defense a lot, about our post play. But for us to get over the hump, we obviously have to shore up a few things and continue to get better defensively. But we're going to obviously have to step up and knock down some shots.
In today's game, can you win consistently without a 3 points?
Well, I think you can, but it sure makes it a lot easier if you can consistently knock down threes. We're going to have to obviously step up and make some shots.
There is a history between these two programs, a long time hated rivalry until about the mid-'80s. But there's a current history with Roydell, having played as a freshman with him. Has he mentioned anything about going up against them and extra motivation or whatever?
No, not at all. I mean, Roydell is a junior, and he's kind of been through some of the wars, and obviously knows a lot of the guys on the team because a lot of them were there when he was there. But I think Roydell's looked at it as he's more of a mature approach to try to just come out and play well and hopefully play well enough to give us a chance to win.
Coach, as far as this rivalry? I guess since you've been coaching, like what rivalries since you've been coaching do you think would equal this one?
It's hard to tell because I'm new. I'm new here, and I think the rivalry was a lot deeper when we were in the same league. I think when they changed leagues, I think it always makes the rivalries a little bit harder. It's kind of like when the BYU-Utah rivalry. I mean, obviously, when we were all in the Mountain West, the rivalry was really special. Not saying it's not now because the BYU-Utah game is still big, just like this game is still big. But I think when you change leagues, I think some things change a little bit. Some of those natural rivalries of getting them twice a year and things like that. But I think obviously, and I understand that it's a big game for our fans, and again, I think it's a great opportunity in our building to host a team that's as talented and that is as good as UL.
What's the important thing is for you guys to get a win is what would that say as a statement of where you guys have come from? And also, when you play a group of games like you played this year for money and all that, is there a tendency to worry about losing the team because of losses, and how do you balance that?
I think you always worry about it a little bit, but it's some of it. It's kind of out of our control because of what we have to do with our schedule. The other part of it, I think, that is it all comes down to getting ready to play your best basketball in January and February, and playing teams that are going to make you better. But I think that again, it's for us. I mean, I understand where we're at and what we're trying to do. We've had 7 winning seasons in 29 years as a basketball program. Okay, they've won 112 games the last 5 years. So, I understand where they are. I understand where we are. It's a great opportunity for us. Obviously, the game means a little bit more because of the rivalry, but I also understand that it's what we're trying to do here is a process, and it's a process to build a program, not only just build a team, but build a program that can sustain itself over a course of time. And that's the thing. I think that sometimes everyone, and we all do as coaches too, we get caught up in the right now, and hey, there's no one that wants to win quicker and more than I do. But I also understand what I took when I took this job. I mean, this is we've got a long way to go to build this thing to be sustainable over a course of time. I mean, like I said, we've had 7 winning seasons in 29 years. One stat I saw was the UNC Central game was the first Division I non-conference game they've won since 2016. I mean, there's some things that we that I understood when I came here.
Coach, to be able to just get this win tomorrow night, how big of a statement would that be, just in the matter of fact of how far you guys have come this season?
I think it would be great for our team. I think it would be great for our program, obviously. To have an opportunity to win this game, and I think it would really obviously expedite the process. And I think that we understand that as coaches. Our players, I think, understand that. Our players are excited to play. They know how good they are. They understand the rivalry that's here. And I think the biggest thing for us as coaches is to go out and understand, there's going to be a lot of emotion in the game, and there's going to be a lot of energy. And again, this is the first time that our guys have ever played in that kind of environment. So I'm anxious to see, how they respond to that. And obviously they're going to be excited. And, hopefully we don't play too fast and, be able to execute and those things. And but we're excited. We're excited to compete in the game.
What do you think their biggest challenge offensively is to the Cowboys?
Their offense versus our defense.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I think that they try to play inside out a little bit too. I think our bigs are solid and good. I think that we have to be able to keep them off rhythm. We've done a lot of things defensively, man-to-man wise, of trying to shrink the floor and things like that. We got to be able to control the glass. I think the thing that I'm really, really impressed with them is that they're very sound in everything that they do. And I think that they're really, really good rebounding the ball. I think the things that we got to do a really good job of is control the controllables. Being able to take care of the ball and get quality possessions, being able to hold our own on the glass, and being able to have poise when throughout the game, when things are good, when things are bad. They're going to make a couple runs in the game because they're a good team. They're not going to come in here and fold. So understand how to react to all those situations, react to the environment. Those are things that are probably the things that I worry about the most.
Against UMKC, you guys were basically back and forth most of the time, and then just one big run from UMKC basically decided the game. Do you feel like the margin of error for your team is pretty slim right now, just based off of how everything's been to start the season?
Yeah, I think so. I think that we had 21 turnovers. At the end of the day, it's 21 possessions and we don't get a shot. And the other thing I think that we talked to our team about is that you can't scheme and defend pick sixes. You can't scheme and defend. I turn it over and they have an advantage 2-on-1, 3-on-2, or 1-on-0. So our ability to execute and our ability to convert on misses and being able to be sound with the ball is something that we've got to get better at. You're not going to win many games, let alone road games, having 21 turnovers and giving up 24 points off turnovers. And with all that being said, it was a 4-point game with 4 minutes left, and our lack of being able to execute down the stretch again on the road, just like Central, really cost us.